Aries, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is an Aries energy reading. So it is for Aries sun, moon, and rising sign. Aries, I want you to take this how it resonates in your life. This is powerful energy, co-create with spirit. And this is also something that is amalgamating out of the darkness, a shift that is almost like something entering from the realm of magic. It is a manifestation energy. It's really powerful. Crow is really powerful. So we got to get deeper into this. So you take everything that I say, all the messages, where and how they resonate in your life. This is your message, Aries. It's timeless. So it comes to you only when you are ready and willing to receive its message. That's it. Here's another card. Let's hold on to it. But if you were looking for a deeper, you have to say you have a personal issue that you need some counseling on, please do book a personal reading with me. I do those. Check out down below. There's a link to my website, Aries, so that you can book and schedule whenever it's right for you. We're gonna go do this. Okay, Aries. And please be sure that you subscribe to the channel by ringing that notification bell. You also enable yourself to get notified whenever I upload your favorite content. So, you ready? Aries tarot card reading, please God. What does Aries need to hear to express their life and make good choices and understand their situation? What insights can you provide? There's a lot that's falling out, and I felt that it was, you could see it was starting to fall out toward me. This is while I was meditating. So clearly there's just a lot that you need to understand, Aries. So let's go back to this, because crow is also connected to death. Now that doesn't mean mortal death. It simply means that there is always a connection between crow and complete oblivion, something just completely being destroyed. It's very resurrective, plutonic energy. And that's why it's so powerful and it's so magical, because it's so extreme and it's so final, but it's also so infinitely possible. And that's where magic comes from, manifesting something into the newness, into a new era of your life, maybe, Aries, comes from a place of after a complete destruction. So there's a lot of power and a lot of beautiful energy here. Co-create with spirit. It's also saying you have a much more deeper connection. Something has happened to you, or something's going to happen to you this week, where you connect immediately deeper to the higher power. It's almost like your intuition and your psychic abilities turn on, or take it up a notch if you've already been in tune with them. Now, it doesn't mean that something necessarily happens this week. What's happening this week is that inner connection, that psychic ability turning on, maybe because of whatever has already churned in your life, now becoming sort of focused into something very powerful. So let's see what the hidden energy was. Wow. This is very, very scorpionic energy. It doesn't mean that you're dealing with a Scorpio. It means that, look at this. This is resurrective too. A rebirth is assured. So after maybe bad news, or a hurt situation, or a situation that was a struggle, tough to deal with, but it really would have been a come to Jesus moment, is what they call it. This is, oh, now I understand. This is an awakening to seeing things from a different perspective, and it will change how you move forward from this point on. not necessarily bad. I actually think it's very powerful and very intentional, because there's a cocoon energy to this bat card that implies that you're starting to spread your wings, so that that destructive cocoon period is over, but the transformation has happened. So let's get a little bit deeper. We have a few cards leaning toward the past here. We do not have anything on the table for the future, so we're going to get to that. Use your mind wisely in reverse. Sing your own song in reverse. I don't think, with these cards, I don't think you felt you had any fucking freedom whatsoever to be who you are, or to use your mind. It's almost like in some ways you intentionally restricted your mind because you were afraid of thinking off the cusp things, because you didn't want them spilling out of your mouth. There is this very repressed kind of energy that's coming out here, and it doesn't feel like that exists anymore. And it does really feel like maybe even your belief systems have changed. We've got a lot of other cards on the table, so let's see. Wombat, be at home. You know exactly where you belong now, and you're fine there. This is an Aries who knows where their passion is. It's not that your fire has stopped burning, it's that it's become very focused. Laser focus. Life is speeding up. Life is speeding up. In other words, life is speeding up from a place of certainty. From a place of, now that I know where I belong, it's very clear to me which direction I want to move in. And however that looks, or move, like however that moves, there is this energy of certainty. Life is speeding up is Gemini energy. It's like you're putting details together. You're putting information together. Things are starting to come together. You're able to piece whatever it is together, because now you know what's important to you. And then we have tend to the small things. I need to take care of this shit. I need to take care of the sickness. I need to take care of the little things I've been trying to ignore. It's building up and it's creating a toxicity. It's also this sense of taking little steps, working day by day, understanding I don't have to do this all at once, but I must start doing it. So this is the mentality that you're starting to churn in your mind. I'm going to take this day by day. This is Virgo energy. I'm going to take this big, intimidating thing, and I'm going to turn it into a lot of very small, palpable, manageable things, so that I can, take chunks of it off or chip away at this. And that is really the way to go about this situation, especially if it is a toxicity. There is this sense of, I'm going to chip away at it, but I've got to confront it. I've got to realize that it's there, and I understand how to fix it, or at the very least that I have to see the big picture, because something's more important to you now. And this isn't about seeing into the future. This is about seeing that, I want a future. And so I can't just keep rushing into things. There has to be a practical plan. But beyond that, a sense of I have a future. And that real connection to where I want to belong, or that I belong. And that it's almost like realizing I can't keep being self-destructive, or I can't be being destructive, or destroying myself, or denying myself. Because what is that going to look like, and where is that going to lead me? I know who I am now. This is a beautiful, it's just trust in divine detours. So being open and receptive to perhaps moving, perhaps just realizing I don't know everything, and finding who I am and knowing where I belong. It's almost like you realize I'm going to have to be more flexible. But if I know who I am and I know what I am, ultimately there is this beautiful energy of I will be able to change more quickly, because the changes around me aren't going to change me. Or there is this energy of I'm finally realizing that I'm going to have to shift or move around in the future, or maybe even be willing to. And I have to put that on the table and be a little bit more humble with regards to trusting that spirit when I'm making this deep connection. It's almost like you're making these deep connections now and getting in touch with your intuition, feeling more comfortable in that space now, Aries, because you almost know that there's a major shift ahead that's going to be coming, even if it's not something that's comfortable. I don't know, maybe it is. We're going to get into it. But the point is that there is this certainty about you inside as opposed to just outside. We got to get the details. Because it's almost like you can see, because of whatever happened, you can see that you can see the changes coming ahead. And it's almost like, well, then I'm going to prepare for them. I'm not going to plan on them because I know things switch around, but I'm going to prepare myself for being able to handle the curveballs that are coming. And that has to do with connecting to faith and being open-minded and really being able to gather all the information and put things together. Now, what does all this mean? How does this play out then, God, in Aries life? Because clearly this is a time of tremendous change. And maybe even like, things being upturned in your life and you feeling that they're all over the place. Aries, please. What is happening? What is happening? There's some sort of indecision, or there's some sort of indecision regarding money or finances or income. Hold on. Because we have this. So we have, I need more information, stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't have enough money now. But that's shifting, or some shift. It's almost like realizing some shift has to happen in order for you to figure out how to handle this problem. And what is it? There has been a period of rest or contemplation, or a period of tying up loose ends and making peace with your past. Maybe not even seeing that you repeated a mistake from the past. And that's why maybe you still feel like, I'm left out in the cold, I'm running on empty. And suddenly you have a tangible grip on what you need to do to shift that. Okay, so what is it? And people think, well, what is it? What is it? It's, first of all, the first step is realizing that something has to shift. And that is absolutely what's happening now. And so what I'm going to try to get to you is, well, then how? How does Aries do it, right? But the beautiful awakening is, I don't see the world the way that I used to, so I don't keep my mouth shut or repress myself the way that I used to. There's this energy of, and you'll see once you start being more you out loud, then ultimately people start to shift around you and people start to appreciate you in different ways or not appreciate you at all. And I think that's why you're realizing, there's going to be shifts or detours ahead, because now that I'm changing, who I interact with or who wants to interact with me or what I can tolerate is definitely going to shift, and you already know that shift is coming. Maybe with one particular person specifically, but that's okay. So what is coming? What are these choices? And what is really the main pressure point for Aries that the changes will have to happen around? What is it? What is that major pressure point? We have 5 of something in the past. So you're going to be discovering soon, maybe toward the end of this week, that there was a disappointment in the past, something that you maybe even held on to or held out hope for. Nope. And it's almost like you could see that it was coming. You knew on some level, but you had to hear it. You had to hear it, and you're going to hear it. But you already knew. And then we have, so in the future, but this is what was going to happen to your future. Something was being deceived or confused, or illusions were being projected. And I think like there is this sense of realizing that maybe you were setting yourself up for a future of deceit or avoidance or distraction or escapism, because maybe until you understood whatever this disappointment is that's coming in for you. And you'll be able to change this, because nothing in a tarot reading comes out in the future that you can't change. It wouldn't be revealed to you at all if it was your fate and you couldn't change it. But it's saying there's something here that's about to shift in its value to you and how you see it. It will be initially a disappointment, but what it's going to combat is whatever this fake situation was or this false situation was that was forming in your future, and you'll be able to step in and do something about that. You're learning something, you're understanding something, you're knowing something. It's like opportunity is coming into you. This is very good. Opportunity is coming into you so that your future isn't so far away. It's more like concrete now that you know this is going to happen, and it's more tangibly in your ability to interact with it. That's really interesting. So what is this five, excuse me, because we haven't even gotten a moon card yet. Hold on. What is this five of cups, please, God? Can you, specifically, what was this disappointment about? What was it? What was it with regards to something that you couldn't make up your mind about, or something that you would, it's almost like the reason why you couldn't make your mind up about it is because in some ways you knew it wasn't what it seemed, or it was going to disappoint you. I think you were trying to make something work that you're finally admitting to yourself now it's not going to, because I don't even want it to. And that's why I was staying in this kind of like ambiguous spot where maybe let's still think about it. Let's try to still think about it. Or you thought maybe you had more choices on the table, when in reality you do not. Or there was some contemplation here because of some disappointment in your past, contemplation that made you take action to invest in the future. That investment is going to come back around as in fulfillment, in the way of fulfillment. So I don't know if you applied for something. So why is the Seven of Cups here? I feel like it's almost like it's there because, what is it there for? I don't know. Something was bound to happen. This is Cancerian energy, and this is Six of Cups. You have Four of Cups, Five of Cups, and Six of Cups. It's seeming like something is finally coming out in sequence. I think something was kept from you and left ambiguous to keep you almost in a holding pattern until other things worked out and shifted. Well, those things now are working out and shifting. And so there really is this energy of happiness, something that once again is close to home. It's like the love of a mother, the love of a maternal figure. Could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces that's in your life, rejoining them or connecting with them from your past. Whatever this is the energy of it's finally ready to happen, but it wasn't certain or sure in the future, and things still have to come together. But I think ultimately all of this is turning around now for you to shift what needs to be shifted, because you're already feeling something that I'm in now isn't right, and I have to let it go or shift it, let it shift, or realize that these shifts that are being forced on me are actually blessings in disguise that are setting me up for my optimal position to now then go and have revealed to me coming up. I mean, I think it's by June at the latest, because we've got 6, we've got Cancerian season. It's got to be by June at the latest that all of this stuff really starts to feel realized, real, and connected. I don't think you understood somebody's feelings for you, or you weren't certain about something maybe from your childhood that had to come back around and make sense. Whatever this is all about being intuitively connected to it, so that you're feeling the vibration, but you may not have the tangible right here in front of you. You just feel like something ain't right. And maybe that's why you're disappointed in it and you can't make it work. And you're still, some part of you is still searching. Trust that, because what you really, really want and where you really want to be is actually up ahead. And the fact that you know what makes you feel at home and who the fuck you are now is why you're going to feel out of alignment with some stuff that you have in your life now. Because where you belong is still not yet where you are at, but it's coming. Oh my God, I hope that made sense. Why is this energy even coming out this week? You're awakening to it. It's just like the cosmos has shifted, and it's like the veil is down and you get it now. Somehow you're tapped in. And so it's almost like, you know, don't sign that contract. Don't sign that contract. Don't renew that lease. Don't ask that person to marry you unless, if you're certain of it, trust it. But if there's that ambiguity, or if there's that uncertainty, it's there for a reason. Don't do what you planned on doing. Trust that God actually wants to open up, is about to open up an opportunity where you will have no doubt. And then we have, your commitment is being tested. Okay, but your commitment to what is being tested? Because things are a little bit ambiguous now, right? And so let me ask, before we go to the extended, and I hope that you will follow me to the extended, or join the BWB membership and get unlimited access to all of the extended. But God, what is it that Aries needs to know to make the right choice? That's all they need to know. What should they stay committed to moving forward in your life? The thing that you've always been sure of, and that is the only thing that has no divergence or surprises. Your commitment is being tested, but choose that, and it's going to continue to direct you, pull you, and lead you in the direction so that everything else falls in place. Let's go to the extended. I'll see you there.